Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. It's great to have you with us, as always. Sean Hennessy here, Kirsten Fairchilds to my left. We're broadcasting to you live from beautiful Lafayette, California, on the campus of Acalanes High School. We have the North Coast section girls Division II water polo final just moments away here on PlayOnSports.com. It's the number 2 seed Acalanes Dons taking on the number 1 seed Campolindo Cougars here this afternoon. And Kirsten, both these teams very familiar with one another coming out of the Diablo Foothill Athletic League.
Oh, absolutely. These two programs know each other so very well. And Campolindo, what a magical season they've had. Just one loss on the year out of 24 games. This is number 25. That is a long season for a team involved in any sport.
Campolindo, the 1 seed, and Acalanes, the number 2 seed, which means both these teams had a bye to start this bracket. Campolindo faced off against Marin Catholic and knocked off Marin Catholic easily, advanced to the next round, which was the semis, and took care of Miramonte, and then came to the finals. As for Acalanes, they took care of Ukiah 17-3, and then defeated Sir Francis Drake by a final score of 8-4 in the semis, and that's how they were able to get to this point here in the girls Division II final at Acalanes High School. Just a few moments away from the start of the girls Division II water polo final. The crowd is here, Kirsten, excited, getting everyone juiced and ready to go. A few moments ago, we saw some young men bringing in signs and banners. Great atmosphere here at Acalanes High School.
You know, they always call the big 3 sports football, basketball, and baseball, but there's something very special about families involved in water polo, the sense of community when it comes to the sports of water polo and swimming. It's just so supportive of the opposing team, of the home team, and we've got a great turnout here today. Looking forward to a full day and evening, my friend, of some terrific volleyball here in the North Coast section.
It will be a fun Saturday indeed here at the Houston Aquatic Center, better known as the Beast. It's Campolindo and Acalanes lining up along their corners. The starters for Acalanes: number 1, Katie Ram; number 2, Chase Lanier; number 3, Megan Dietrich; number 6, Riley Fellner; number 7, Maggie Chan; number 12, Nora Vance; and number 17, Ellen Stewart. For Campolindo, the starters: number 1, Maddie Tagg; number 2, Annika Jensen; number 3, Sam Flower; number 4, Brooke Preston; number 6, Natalie Seidemann; number 7, Christy Feoro; and number 11, Sarah Torchio. Maddie Tagg will be the goalkeeper in net for Campolindo. Katie Ram, the goalkeeper for Acalanes. We're underway from the Houston Aquatic Center. Campolindo will maintain possession on the opening race to the ball, and they will have it here to start things off. Whistle blown, and right away we'll see some action towards the near side wing.
And right away, we've got an ejection.
Which will be a big shot for Campolindo, and they capitalize as Brooke Preston scores at 6 minutes, 39 seconds, opening things up 1-0 Campolindo.
You see the good ball movement by Campolindo. They had an opportunity, and they took advantage quickly. So our player not realizing that there was a kick out, an ejection.
As the Dons will now work their way from left to right on your screen. Vance in possession, feeds it over to the far side wing.
And a turnover. You know, Acalanes was worried about turnovers. Their head coach told me, Misha Buchel, before the game, and here they turn it over on their first possession.
They tried to get it inside to the whole set for a quick shot on net, but instead Campolindo takes over. Maggie Chan at the top, passing it over to Sasha Newton. And I stand corrected, that was Sarah Torchio for Campolindo. And now it turns back over to Acalanes in the Whitecaps.
This is the fourth meeting between these two schools. Campo has won all three. Acalanes has to play nearly a perfect game to come through with a win here today.
Dietrich trying to set up the offensive formation as she feeds it over towards the near side wing. That's Lanier. Lanier holding on with her right hand. Sets it back towards the middle. This is Maggie Chan.
Acalanes with numbers. Sean up 6-5 after the ejection.
Putting a lot of pressure on that 2-meter line. Quick shot denied. The goalkeeper, Maddie Tagg, gets both hands up and blocks the shot.
Maddie Tagg, what an unbelievable season she's had in the cage. Over 200 saves in 24 games. She averages 10 to 17 a game.
Here's Preston from the top, feeds it to Seidemann. Seidemann back to Preston as Preston dribbles, keeps that ball in the right hand. Coming up was Maggie Chan trying to make the tackle. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and that one's denied. Katie Ram, the goalkeeper, able to stop it as we have 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Nora Vance sends it topside. Dietrich holding on possession with her right hand, sends it to her teammate Lanier. Back to Dietrich, top shot off the post. She had an excellent angle, but it went right off the post in possession of Campolindo.
Lucky break there for Campo. There was certainly some room to hit the back of the cage.
Lanier sends it towards the middle to McQuain. Back to Lanier, who's along the near side wing. Balances with her right hand, sends it across to the far side wing. That's Newton. Newton forced to send it up top. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and that'll be a turnover. Great job by the Acalanes defense right there.
Goalkeeper comes out of the cage. As Acalanes still looking to get on the scoreboard.
1-0 early lead for Campolindo. 4 minutes remaining here in this first quarter.
That's another ejection against Campolindo. Can the Acalanes Dons take advantage?
Lanier looking for that corner, sends it topside. That's Chan. Chan back over to the far wing, bringing it near side to Lanier. Back to Stewart, and it ricochets off the right post. Kirsten off the right post, no goal.
Everything but in.
So Campolindo still in possession of an early 1-0 lead. As Sam Flower dribbles from right to left, Campolindo in the dark caps. As Flower holds possession, coming up for the tackle is Vance, providing the defensive coverage. Sending it inside to the whole slot. Back out to Flower. Flower at the middle to Seidemann. Seidemann shot. No good, and it's a turnover.
You know, you have to admire Acalanes' defense. They've continued Campolindo having to pass the ball, not giving them any open shots. They're doing a great job pressing.
As we have approximately 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Campolindo sends 3 defenders directly in front of the net as the ball is now loose along the near side. This is Lanier doing a balancing act with her right hand and deflecting the ball away is Annika Jensen. Campolindo with an opportunity as she dribbles the ball directly in front of her, striding away, breaking away from the defenders. Jensen sends it inside to the whole slot. Shot on net, goal! Natalie Seidemann picks up Campolindo's second goal, and they lead 2-0.
Well, you saw the battle in the hole. Campolindo, very physical player and just plenty of net to shoot for.
2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 2-0 Campolindo. Both goals coming here pretty quickly in the first quarter. Brooke Preston scored the first, and then Natalie Seidemann scored the second. Here's Acalanes moving left to right, trying to set up the offensive formation. Sasha Newton being covered well by Hannah Buck. Will send it directly towards the net, and that was just a sloppy pass. It looked like it got deflected, and Campolindo will get another opportunity.
5 attempts by Acalanes, still has a 0 up on the scoreboard.
Dietrich, all alone. She'll send it over towards the far side. That's Fellner being covered nicely. She'll give it back over to McQuain. McQuain feeds it to Dietrich, and the ball is deflected. Acalanes will take over. 1 minute, 57 seconds remaining. Loose ball recovered by Lanier. She sends it to Dietrich. Dietrich wide open. 3 offensive attackers playing about 10 meters off the net.
That foul goes against Acalanes in the hole.
1 minute, 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter as Campolindo takes over. Emma Gaffney all alone as she sends it to Dietrich. Correction, that's Flower. Now it's Annika Jensen. Far side back to Flower. Flower top side, she sends it near. That's Stevens. Stevens inside the hole slot. Back out to Preston. She shoots for the corner and drills it.
The best shot of the day by far. Unbelievable.
Brooke Preston picks up her second goal here in the first quarter. A tremendous shot as she drills that top right corner. Goalkeeper Katie Ram could not get her left hand up there to swat the ball down, and Campolindo now has a 3-0 advantage with 1:18 left to play. Acalanes moving left to right. Caroline Newman checks into the matchup. This is Stewart. Stewart looking back to Newman. Loose ball as Newman swims near side. She'll send it over towards the 5-meter mark.
Another ejection, so Acalanes with numbers. And timeout's called.
Timeout called as the ball is fed back to the referee along the near side. 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Kirsten Fairchilds to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy. You're listening in to PlayOnSports.com.
Would you like to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. This program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities all on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
3-0 in favor of Campolindo here in the first quarter. Brooke Preston with 2 early goals. Natalie Seidemann also chimed in as well. And so Campolindo 3-0 on top of Acalanes. A couple quick turnovers so far here in this first quarter go in favor of the Cougars.
Well, and you see on Acalanes' last possession, the passing was not accurate. Sloppy passing, and again, you know, when you've lost to a team 3 times already this season, a team that's only had 1 loss on the year, Campolindo lost back in September to St. Francis Lancers of Mountain View in the West Catholic Athletic League division. That is the only loss they've had. Acalanes, you know, you feel the pressure. You have to play a perfect game today if you want to come through as the North Coast section champion.
Katie Ram will start things off following the timeout. The timeout was called by Acalanes. They have 2 remaining. Along the near side we go. Lanier balances with her right hand, feeds it outside to Chan. Chan over to Dietrich. Dietrich, top, over towards the 2-meter mark. That's Lanier. Feeds it inside and deflected.
Better passing, Sean, though. You have to be impressed with the passing there for Acalanes.
Jensen took the shot, but it was deflected rather. Annika Jensen stopped that play, and Campolindo marching back quickly. This is Preston. Seidemann. Action along the far side. 7 seconds on the shot clock, off the left post. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Katie Ram, the goalkeep, will send it deep along the far side as Riley Fellner catches up begins to dribble. 2 seconds left, a quick shot on net. Maddie Tagg says, I'll have nothing to do with it. And the first quarter comes to a close. Campolindo 3, Acalanes 0. You're tuning in to PlayOnSports.com, broadcasting to you live from the Houston Aquatic Center, better known as the Beast. Kirsten Fairchild's to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy, and Cougars are on top early, 3-0.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us on Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Campolindo, well known for their water polo program. They actually captured a title, a North Coast Section Division II girls title back in 2010 and in 2000, so they had a little bit of a gap right there, but trying to play catch up and show that dominance. As for Acalanes, in search of their first title, coming into this matchup with a record of 15-9. Kirsten trying to prove something here, going up against the heavy favorites. They're going to have to play catch up as they trail 3-0 early on.
Well, that's right. Acalanes last year graduated a huge senior class, so head coach Misha Buchel has already said this team has exceeded his expectations. They really stepped in and made a name for themselves this year when they were not expected to do so. So I was talking about the pressure they perhaps are experiencing in trying to win this North Coast Section title, having lost to Campo 3 times already this season. But then again, you've got nothing to lose. Go ahead and take some chances. But from what we've seen from Campo thus far, Acalanes has certainly used the clock more. Campo has been able to make for the quick strike. Acalanes really has to pick up their defensive pressure.
Katie Ram, the goalkeeper for Acalanes, busy early on in that first quarter. 3 goals went past her, but she was churning right and left, trying to get her hands up there to swat the ball down. Her defense doing their best job early on. They're going to have to pick up the slack here in the second quarter as the girls jump back into the pool and we get ready to start the second quarter from the Houston Aquatic Center.
In water polo, teams have a choice before the game whether they want to swap sides after the quarter or at the half. And the decision, it looks to be made that they are going to swap at the half. We'll see if that plays out throughout the afternoon as the sun begins to set and perhaps becomes an issue for the later games.
Acalanes, the number 2 seed, wearing the white caps, moving left to right. Campolindo, the number 1 seed, wearing the dark caps, moving right to left. As we start the second quarter, it's a dead sprint to the ball. Who's going to grab it? And it appears that Brooke Preston feeds it over to Stevens, and Campolindo will start things off. 23 on the shot clock. Feoro on the far side, feeds it back over towards the near wing. This is Stevens. Back to Feoro, all by herself. Checks out the defensive coverage. 8 on the shot clock. Ball is deflected, turnover.
Campo so efficient in the first quarter, shooting 50%, 3 goals on 6 attempts. Acalanes, 0 goals on 7 attempts.
Acalanes with possession. That'll be a lob pass towards the middle to Sasha Newton.
And once again, Acalanes in his third time today, a 6-on-5 situation after the kick out.
Here's Lanier, all by herself. Dribbles forward around the 2-meter mark, sends it back deep. This is Newman. Newman to Dietrich. Dietrich far side. This will be Lanier. Looking for the hole slot, got it. Beautiful play. Give credit to Sasha Newton with the goal.
Great passing, great identification that the whole set had a clear look. Acalanes fans, something to cheer about.
Sasha Newton puts the Dons on the board. They now trail 3-1. Here in the second quarter, 6 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. As Campolindo dribbles right to left. Seidemann over to her teammate Hannah Buck. Buck being covered well. A lot of pressure put on by Chase Lanier. Stevens back over to Buck. Buck takes a deep shot, denied. Great stop right there by Katie Ram.
Ram's third save on the afternoon.
Katie Ram doing her best impression of the old egg beater right there, treading water, getting high, and stopping that shot as Campolindo will take over Lanier towards the near side, right next to our broadcast setup. She'll send it towards the middle. Dietrich being covered beautifully by Brooke Preston. And she'll take a shot that goes just high. So Dietrich takes a shot from about 6 meters out that goes just past the post. And Campolindo moves quickly right to left, 20 on the shot clock. Fellner, correction, Seidemann with the right hand, using the left one to push off the defender, Sarah Newton. Here's Jensen. Jensen with 6 on the shot clock, feeds it to Feoro, and that shot is denied. Another key block by Katie Ram.
The goalkeeper for Acalanes is doing a great job trying to get the counterattack started, trying to get the breakaway. It just hasn't turned out as of yet for Acalanes.
Lanier looking for the whole slot, nothing there, so she feeds it back out to Dietrich. Dietrich from about 11 meters out, being covered well, using that left arm to push off the defender, trying to find somebody. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Newton takes a quick shot, nothing there. Kirsten, they had a hard time setting up the offensive play. Now it's a turnover and goes to Campolindo.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, water polo is not a sport for the weak of heart. The fatigue can set in even this late in the season.
Seidemann with possession for the Cougars, looking for the whole slot. This is going to be Jensen. Jensen loses possession. Taking over is Katie Ram.
That is maybe a big turn of events for Acalanes. See if they can make it turn out. And we've got an ejection. And the referee is showing where the ball should come out to.
As play resumes.
So Acalanes once again up 6-5.
Play goes towards the far side, back over to Dietrich. Loose ball in the hole slot, turnover. Campolindo takes it.
Sean, Acalanes is sure getting off their fair share of shots. Only one has made it into the cage.
Maddie Tagg doing a great job. Number 1 goalkeeper for Campolindo. 3 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Shot on net is in. Goal goes for Campolindo, 4-1.
That's the second one from the 2-meter man. You see the strength, the ability to get free and get great looks, making it look so easy.
So Acalanes will have possession. 3:37 left to play in the second quarter. Nora Vance dribbles. Looking for Fellner. Fellner covered nicely. She's setting up the formation, balancing the ball in her right hand, sends it back over to Vance. As we see the offensive formation take place, Vance feeds it inside to the hole slot. Here come the defenders to swat it away. They were looking for Dietrich. She had 2 defenders around her, and closing in was Maddie Tagg, the goalkeeper.
Dietrich, the leading goal scorer on this Acalanes team. Campolindo, great double team on Dietrich.
Flower passes it towards the near side. Stevens scores! She goes right corner, and Campolindo now leads 5-1.
You love the touch on that shot. It's not all about throwing as hard as you can. You see her able to lob it in, if you will, hit the top back of the net. Campo fans, plenty to cheer about. You're really seeing why Campolindo only has 1 loss on the season. They're a fine-tuned machine.
Cougar fans on their feet here at the Houston Aquatic Center as the Cougars take a 5-1 advantage with 2:55 left to play in the second quarter. Ellen Stewart playing at the top of the key, if you will. Next to her is Nora Vance, as they line up 3 offensive attackers at the 2-meter line. That would consist of Dietrich, Chan, and Newman. This is Stewart. Gives it to Vance. Here comes the offensive set. Vance back inside. Stewart trying to set up. She has no shot. 8 on the shot clock. Back to Stewart. Off the post, denied. A little bit too high once again. We're seeing that here early on in this first half.
This is Acalanes' pool. Their cage has given them no love today. I think the cage has more saves than the Campo goalkeeper.
That's right. As Sam Flower takes it down right to left for Campolindo. Feeds it to Seidemann. Seidemann back to Flower. Flower looking for Preston. Preston to Stevens. Stevens had a goal just a few moments ago, and she dumps it in the near corner. It'll be a turnover as the shot clock expired.
You know, Acalanes needs to get on the scoreboard here. Campo has shown over the season it can score a bunch of goals in a hurry and really stretch out. Acalanes wants to keep it close.
Acalanes moving left to right. 1 minute, 54 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Newman feeds it to Dietrich. And another ball gets deflected. Chasing quickly is Emma Mile. That's Vance over to Newman. Newman, all sorts of pressure on her. How about Allison Stevens? Right in her face.
Acalanes, of course, had the fresh shot clock after it came off the cage, and now again, actually now Campo, nope. Acalanes with another 6-on-5. They're 1 of 3 when they've got a man up.
Heading over towards the penalty box, if you will. That'll be Sam Flower waiting for a substitution. Play resumes on the far side. Shot denied. Maddie Tag deflects it.
You would have liked to seen Acalanes make one more pass there. Great job from Tag from getting up high.
Hannah Buck will dribble across the far side of the pool. 20 remaining on the shot clock. 1:04 left to play in the second quarter. Campolindo 5, Acalanes 1. Buck looks for Stevens. Stevens now with her right hand gives it back to Buck. Buck dribbles in at 2 meters out, feeds it to 5 meters and shoots it, and it's blocked by Katie Ram.
Another save. Acalanes needs to get another goal, I believe, before they head into, or at least stop for the break.
Here's Stewart for Acalanes along the far side wing. Shoots for the corner and goes just wide.
Sure, they'd like to have that back. They left too much time up on the clock for Campo. Look at the long pass on the breakaway.
Maddie Tag with a beautiful long pass, trying to look for Annika Jensen. Jensen now in possession with her right hand, feeds it back out to her teammate Feoro. Feoro dribbling up. 3 offensive attackers in front of her. She'll look for the corner, and it's blocked away. Katie Ram got her left hand up and swatted it down. Campo maintains possession. That's Preston along the far side.
8 seconds left on the clock, Sean.
They'll have 8 seconds left to work here in the second quarter. The shot clock is turned off. 2 seconds, 1, and that will do it for the first half. 5-1 in favor of Campolindo here at the Houston Aquatic Center. You're tuning in to the girls Division II North Coast Section Water Polo Final here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Would you like to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here today? Then tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. Our program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, visit playonsports.com/SBP.
Kirsten Fairchilds to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy. We're broadcasting to you live from Lafayette, California. Beautiful Saturday afternoon for the North Coast Section Girls Water Polo Final Division II underway. And right now it's Campolindo 5, Acalanes 1. Kirsten, so far what we saw in that first half, a lot of scoring opportunities for Campolindo. They capitalized on it. A lot of great ball movement, and the girls were able to execute.
Yeah, Acalanes has struggled. They've been a little bit inconsistent with their passing. Here they have 4 man-up situations. They're only able to score on 1. I'm sure their coach will get them fired up. here at the break, but Campo just so impressive early and such an efficient offense, my goodness.
How about Maddie Tagg in the goal keep for Campolindo, just treading water, putting her hands up. She had a couple, I guess you can call them a couple lucky opportunities there, because Acalanes was firing from that far side wing, and it was hitting posts 9 times out of 10. Their shots just weren't falling in their favor.
Well, when you miss goals, the cage gets smaller, the goalie gets bigger as time gets on. Interesting enough, it's Katie Ram that has one more save than Maddie Tagg. Yes, Acalanes obviously going for the sides of the cage, as you will, the top of the cage, because Tagg's looking so big.
It's almost a psychological advantage at that point for the opposing team when you find yourself, such as Acalanes, missing so many shots by a narrow margin, and also having several shots going off the post, the crossbar, and right now it's all Campolindo, 5-1 here at the half as we get ready to start the third quarter from the Houston Aquatic Center, better known as the Beast at Acalanes High School. How about this crowd we have on hand? If we look over towards the right side, the bleachers are all full up, and if you look straight ahead, Kirsten, we've got a full capacity crowd for this girls Division II water polo final. We're going to have water polo going on for the entire afternoon. This matchup right now is the girls Division II matchup, North Coast section. In a few moments, we'll have the boys Division II matchup. Later this evening, we'll also have the girls Division I and then the boys Division I water polo final. So we have tons of action in store for you here on the PlayOn Sports Network. As we are at the half with about 2 minutes to go, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll get ready to start the third quarter for you live right here on PlayOnSports.com. Third quarter about ready to start here at the Houston Aquatic Center on the campus of Acalanes High School. You're tuning in to the North Coast Section Girls Division II Water Polo Final. It's the number 2 seed Acalanes taking on the number 1 seed Campolindo. Campolindo with a 5-1 advantage as we start the third quarter. Campolindo will now be moving left to right on your screen wearing the dark caps. Acalanes on the right side of your screen wearing the white caps as the number 2 seed, moving right to left.
Sean, Acalanes 1 of 15 in the first half. Campo 5 of 12, much more efficient. Acalanes taking a lot of shots, which you'd like to see in water polo. They just have to have better quality.
Fellner along the near side for Acalanes will try her best to speed ahead and get the ball, but she's unable to do so. Here's Jensen for Campolindo, moving left to right. She's at the top middle, feeds it towards the near wing. This is Stevens. Stevens over to Preston. Preston back to Stevens. Stevens looking for a shot, has none. Feeds it over towards Jensen. Far side wing. As Feoro will send it towards the hole slot. Dribbling ahead is Stevens. Stevens back out to Jensen.
Campo with number 6'5" on the ejection.
Here's a shot, a one-hopper into the goal. Give credit to Natalie Seidemann.
So Campo, I believe just maybe their second, possibly their first man-up situation, and they make it count with the goal.
Seidemann with another goal gives Campolindo a 6-1 lead here in the third quarter. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left to play.
Seidemann, just a junior. What a great future she'll have. I'm sure head coach Kim Everest, glad to have her back next year.
Stewart with her right hand feeds it back over to Newton. Newton to Stewart once again, takes a shot, it's in! What an angle, what a look, and Ellen Stewart drills it top right corner.
Absolutely beautiful, one of the better goals on the day, delivered by the utility player, the junior Stewart.
Sasha Newton and Ellen Stewart with the 2 goals on the board for Acalanes. They trail 6-2. Morgan McQueen gives it to Jensen, and that'll be a foul as Campolindo maintains possession to Stevens. Back to Jensen. Jensen gives it to Preston. Preston with an opportunity, deflected. What a block by Katie Ram, diving towards her right. But it will maintain in possession of the Cougars. As Feoro holds on to it, sends it back deep to Jensen. 2 on the shot clock, I beg your pardon, 23 as they reset the shot clock.
That was an offensive foul, so Acalanes get hustling back, set up on offense.
Campolindo with 3 timeouts, Acalanes with 2.
Now Acalanes up 6-5.
Lanier all by herself on that far side wing. Looking for that hole slot, has nothing, feeds it back outside to Fellner. Fellner and Dietrich next to one another. This is Stewart. Stewart all the way across the far side wing, looking for Lanier. Lanier, will she take the shot? Passes inside, deflected twice, third one goes in.
What a heads-up play to stick with it. Acalanes fired up here in the second half.
And that was Hannah Kresnik getting credit with the goal.
Kresnik, a freshman.
So Kresnik cuts the lead in half. It's 6-3, Cougars on top of the Dons. Here in the third quarter, Campolindo with possession. Stevens covered up top by Dietrich. Back over to Stevens. Stevens towards the near wing. Gives it to Seidemann. Seidemann over towards the far wing now. Looking for the hole slot, has nothing. Gives it back to Seidemann. 2 on the shot clock, she sends it too far. It goes over the post. And on comes Acalanes. Katie Ram will send this one deep, has a wide open player, that's Lanier. Lanier dribbling ahead. Will she take the shot all by herself?
Man up for for Acalanes.
Newman gives it to Dietrich. Dietrich over towards the near wing. That's Lanier. Lanier looking for Stewart. Stewart feeds it topside. Shot off the post. Deflected. And Campolindo will take over. Another shot, Kirsten, going off that post. And Campolindo will take over.
You want to get the sense that someone at Acalanes wants the ball, calls for the ball. I understand making the extra passes. Passing is critical, but that's not the shot they wanted.
Here's Stevens. Her opportunity goes just wide right. As Katie Ram will look for another deep lob pass. Here's Newman dribbling ahead, being covered one-on-one. Along that far side wing, she sends it into the hole slot. That's Stewart. Stewart with the shot.
They're going to ask for a reset here.
Now Stewart sends it back out to Kresnik. Kresnik to Dietrich. And Campolindo gets possession Another turnover for Acalanes. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Acalanes with 3 more attempts on the ball game than Campolindo. Cougars obviously more accurate today. So that foul away from the ball, and Acalanes gets back on offense.
And it looks like that action, that foul, took place towards the near side, and that's going to go against Feoro as play resumes towards the left side of the pool. Newton will send it back outside. Didn't have a shot. This is Dietrich. Dietrich over towards the far wing. Kresnik covered one-on-one. 6 seconds on the shot clock. That's Stewart. She's going to have to take a shot.
Acalanes has had the potential for the breakaway. Their head coach was so worried about Campo's counterattack, but Acalanes has set itself up, but then they are not taking the shot when they have numbers.
6-3 in favor of Campolindo, and we have a turnover.
Another offensive foul. Acalanes goalkeeper doing such a great job, Katie Ram, getting the ball to her players.
Katie Ram, as soon as she gets the ball in her possession, she sends it deep down the pool, trying to set up that quick offensive attack. Stewart sends it towards the far wing to Newman. Newman's pass deflected. Officials will ask for the ball. 29 on the shot clock.
And timeout.
And a timeout called, that one for Campolindo. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Campolindo 6, Acalanes 3. Here at the Houston Aquatic Center, you're tuning in to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. Access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Kirsten Fairchilds to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy. We're broadcasting to you live from Lafayette, California, here at the Houston Aquatic Center. And right now we're in the third quarter, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play. 29 on the shot clock. Timeout called by Campolindo. They have a 6-3 advantage. It was 6-1 a few moments ago, but thanks to Ellen Stewart and Hannah Krisnick, they've managed to cut the deficit in half, and you're seeing a more energized Acalanes group here in this third quarter.
Absolutely. I don't know if they had some Red Bull or what went on at the break, but they have come out with much better energy and much more positive energy as well. They are hanging tough with a team that has beaten them 3 times this season, and the Acalanes fans are urging them on. What a fun environment here at the Beast.
And I tell you what, give credit to the goalkeeper, Katie Ram, for sending a lot of those balls deep to set up the offensive formation, getting her team set right in front of the Campo goalkeeper during this third quarter. As we wait for the officials to put the ball into play.
So Campo with 7 players after the timeout, obviously a miscommunication. So head coach Kim Everest, good heads up by our referees.
They'll have to
I'm sure that was just a mental mistake.
In the meantime, Jensen for Campolindo will send it over to Preston now. Preston along the near wing. That's Feoro. Ball comes loose, it's swatted away as Dietrich got her right hand on it. And Acalanes will maintain possession here.
Sean, the Cougars are being outplayed in this second half by Acalanes. And now another man-up situation for the Dons.
We see Lanier feed it back towards the middle to Chan. Chan gives it to Stewart. Stewart over to Lanier. Lanier in the hole slot, and that's a goal. Riley Fellner.
You could not ask for a prettier play, sharp, crisp passing, looking for the open man. You get it into your 2-meter man for the goal. Well done. We have got a ball game going on.
I tell you what, if you're a hockey fan, that was almost the equivalent of a one-timer. A quick pass towards the middle, and Riley Fellner drilled it.
The one touch.
Whole new ball game, like you said. It's 6-4. Campolindo, but Acalanes coming alive here in this third quarter.
Campo's got to buckle down and get to what worked for them in the first half, and that was finding that quick strike, the open man.
Hannah Buck for Campolindo will send it to the far wing. Shot on net.
Ooh, that would have gone in if it was on target. Our goalie went up too quickly.
It went just past the diving left hand of Katie Ram, but like you said, thankfully it went just towards the right side of that net. And now here comes Acalanes with 1 minute and 14 seconds left to play in the third. Stewart gives it to Newton. Newton looking for that hole slot, being covered well by Campolindo. Back out to Stewart. Call goes against the defense, so Acalanes will dump it in the corner. Campolindo will take over. Maddie tagged the goalkeeper, sends it towards the far side. Over to Hannah Buck. 55 seconds remaining now in the third. 20 on the shot clock. Over towards the far wing. Feora. Back out to Buck. Buck balancing the ball with her right hand, being covered nicely by Fellner. We'll send it towards the far wing. Out to Feora. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Back into the hole slot. Did it go in? And
it did.
It looks like it did. There was no signal. The clock still rolls. And I think actually they're going to say no goal on that play. As Katie Ram had the ball slide by her, it ricocheted. It looked like just on that goal line, that imaginary goal line, but no goal. It hit the post and ricocheted and did a balancing act right in front of Katie Ram. In the meantime, Acalanes will try to fire on net. The ball is deflected. 4 seconds left to play in the third. Quick pass down court, if you will. This is Feora. She'll need to shoot it, but the clock expires.
Oh my gosh, what a wild and woolly end to this third quarter.
Third quarter comes to a close. We have one left to play. Acalanes has made this a ball game 6-4 in favor of Campolindo here at the Houston Aquatic Center.
Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Sean, going back to that last Campo possession, Acalanes came, they quit a little. That they thought, I think there was less time on the shot clock than there was. You saw the teams getting ready to set up, leaving the goalkeeper vulnerable, and good thing that, you know, not at all water polo matches do you have the goal judges. And today we have Paul Westernoff, Alan Shotwell, helping our referees, Jason Frediani and Bill Doherty. And while it was right in front of the Campo crowd, we did not get the signal from Alan Shotwell that that was a goal.
We were waiting for that signal and for the point to take place on the scoreboard. The crowd was going crazy towards the right side, but no goal. And how about that last opportunity as the clock was winding down? 7 seconds, 6 seconds. It was a quick breakaway for Christy Feora, but she was from about the 5-meter marker out, and time expired. She wanted that last shot on net.
Well, and Campo's bench is on the other side of the pool. That's where your bench comes in, just like basketball. You're helping out. The shot clock's expiring, but she was on not on the right side of the pool, if you will, and was just not aware of the clock.
And she displayed some sign of frustration right there, slapping the water. She had that one last shot.
That was the best breakaway that we've seen, the most open player, if you will. But what a ball game. You really have to credit Acalanes. Campolindo held scoreless in the third quarter. And this is so exciting. Boy, you know, these two teams play each other in league. Here they are in the North Coast section. We got the cheer smackdown, if you will. You gotta love it.
The fans going at one another. Acalanes straight ahead. Campolindo fans to our right side As we start the fourth quarter, both teams will head towards their end line as they get ready for the sprint to start the fourth quarter. 6-4, Campolindo Acalanes putting on a show in that third quarter. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining as we get ready to start the fourth and final quarter of this North Coast section Girls Division II water polo final. 1 quarter left to play. Acalanes to my right, Campolindo to my left as we get ready for the sprint. This time it'll be Ellen Stewart for Acalanes sprinting towards the ball, but beating her out by a hair is Brooke Preston. Campolindo will start the fourth quarter with possession.
Second time this half, Campolindo has won the swim-off.
This one sent towards the middle to Jensen. Jensen over towards the far wing. In possession now is Feora. Feora looking for the whole slot, being covered nicely by the defense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Denied. How about Katie Ram?
The biggest save of the afternoon for Katie Ram.
Here's Lanier moving quickly from right to left. She gives it over to Dietrich. Dietrich has a shot on net, but no, she gets covered by the defense. Ball pops loose. Campolindo with the quick foul. Play resumes. This is Fellner. Fellner with the shot blocked away. A right-hand swat by Maddie Tagg.
9th save of the day for Tagg.
6 minutes, 2 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. 2-goal advantage for Campolindo over Acalanes. This one sent towards the middle to Seidemann. Seidemann looking for the inside. Nothing there. Shot on goal off the post. It ricochets off the post. Play will resume. This is Buck. Buck will have the ball as the shot clock resets. Gives it over to Preston. Foul on the play. Acalanes will take over.
That was in the hole. Acalanes. The scoreboard's really not an indication of how much they've excelled in this game and so many opportunities. However, that call goes against them.
And right when you think Acalanes has a shot at setting up to possibly close this gap to 1, they commit the foul, and Campolindo takes over. 5 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. Preston all by herself, dribbles ahead, takes a shot, deflected. Another block by Katie Ram.
But you have to like what Preston did. I was saying, who wants the ball? Who wants to score? And you have to like that Preston at least gave it a go.
Buck along the near side wing. Shot clock resets. She sends it back out deep to Stevens. Over to Buck along the near side. Buck looking for the opportunity. Now she fires, and it's deflected. In possession of Katie Ram. On comes Acalanes. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. Lanier along that far wing, moving right to left, being covered by Feoro. Loose ball, and Campolindo gets it. How about Feoro with the defensive press?
Absolutely, but Acalanes, that's what they did differently in the third quarter, Sean. They did not have that many turnovers, and here they have 2 big ones to start off this fourth.
The clock continues to roll. That is the Dons' biggest enemy as Allison Stevens dribbles ahead. 4 minutes and 14 seconds remaining inside the hole slot. Shot on net denied. That was a quick shot by Jensen. She didn't have the best look. Her head was just above water as she got that ball away for the lob shot. Denied by Katie Ram.
Jensen, the leading goal scorer on Campolindo. Acalanes has done a great job on her today.
Lanier to Dietrich. Back over to Lanier. Along the far side wing. Dumps it inside. Nobody home. She was looking for Ellen Stewart.
That is a huge foul as a timeout called.
Foul goes against Allison Stevens as she heads towards the far side corner. She'll be forced to take a seat. Timeout call by Acalanes. They have 1 remaining. Campolindo with 2. 6-4 in favor of the Cougars here in the fourth quarter.
Would you like to watch more of your school's great matchups like the championship game you are enjoying here today? Well, then tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. This program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, visit playonsports.com/SBP.
Beautiful afternoon here at the Houston Aquatic Center. Temperature hovering around 55 degrees, so a chilly afternoon as the wind starts to settle in. First game of the afternoon on our slate of 4 total matchups. And you're tuning into the North Coast Section Girls Division II Water Polo Final between the number 2 seed Acalanes Dons taking on the number 1 seed Campolindo Cougars. Campolindo with a 6-4 advantage. If you're tuning in late, Acalanes was really trailing at one point, 5-1, 6-1. Then all of a sudden, that third quarter, they stormed back with 3 huge goals from Ellen Stewart, Hannah Krisnick, and Riley Fellner. But so far in this fourth quarter, Kirsten, they've really had a couple sloppy turnovers. They have 3:47 left to play. They have to be much more crisp on their offensive attack if they want to tie this one up.
Absolutely, and expect to see a number of timeouts here in the fourth quarter to make sure the girls are getting adequate rest and can finish off the game to the best of their abilities.
Katie Ram, the goalkeeper for the Dons, sends it deep. In possession now is Kresnick. Kresnick over to Lanier. Lanier sends it out to Stewart. Stewart towards the far wing. Over to Lanier. Lanier with her right hand. 15 on the shot clock.
That's Dietrich. Man up for Acalanes.
And that did not go in. Ellen Stewart has her shot denied by Maddie Tagg. No goal. It remains 6-4 in favor of Campolindo. Play resumes for the Cougars. Preston takes a shot. A one-hopper denied. She saw the opportunity. It was a one-on-one chance against the goalkeeper, Katie Ram. It bounced just in front of Ram on a one-hop denied.
Both goalies with 11 saves.
13 on the shot clock for Acalanes. 10 seconds now. This is Dietrich. Dietrich at the top of the key, looking for a shot, takes it in! Megan Dietrich.
It may just be Acalanes' day. Within one of the DFAL champion, the Northern California champion, and their nemesis all season long, Acalanes, so close they can taste it.
Hannah Buck will catch a breather. As she heads towards the sideline, Allison Stevens will replace her. Along the near wing we go for Campolindo. 1-point game here in the fourth quarter. 2:35 left to play. Feoro sends it topside. This is Jensen. Jensen inside the hole slot. Seidemann gets it blocked away. Acalanes takes over.
That is a tough call. Great double team on the whole set.
Deep lob pass from Ram over to Lanier along the far side of the pool. 2 minutes, 14 seconds remaining. 14 on the shot clock. Lanier all by herself inside for the hole slot. Batted down, no opportunity for Kresnick, and Campolindo takes it.
Great job by the 2-meter defender there to deny Acalanes a chance to tie this up and send it in OT.
Brooke Preston waiting for her offensive attackers to line up. She's at 5 meters out.
Campolindo has to think ball control here. Well, if not ball control, then a goal for sure.
How about Annika Jensen in the hole slot? Nails it from 2 meters out, and Campolindo is now up 7-5.
Jensen, the leading goal scorer, coming through in the clutch. Campo had not scored for more than 12 minutes.
Campo regains that 2-point lead late in the fourth quarter. 1:39 left to go as the clock marches away. Vance sends it inside to the hole slot.
So many 6-on-5 situations for Acalanes today. Another ejection.
Here's Stewart towards the middle. Play resumes. Fellner along the far wing, looking for Lanier. Lanier back over to Fellner. Fellner to Dietrich. Back in Dietrich's possession. Looking for it is Lanier. Drills it.
Well, what do I know? I was thinking Acalanes needed a quicker strike, but what they needed more was a goal. Great perimeter passing by the Dons.
Chase Lanier picks up her first goal in the match. Campolindo coaching staff saying, go, hurry up, get down, Pool, because we need to hold on to this possession. It's a 1-point lead for Campolindo, 7-6. Looking for a lob pass along the near wing. Nothing there.
Campo needs to show patience here, make sure they have a good shot.
Loose ball. Shot on net, blocked away. Katie Ram diving to her right, stops it.
What a save.
52 seconds remaining. Timeout called. Timeout called.
Acalanes calls the timeout.
Acalanes burns their final timeout. Campolindo has 2 remaining. Don't go anywhere. 50 seconds left to play. Cougars on top of the Dons by a score of 7-6 here in the fourth quarter. What a matchup we have here in this first match of the afternoon, the North Coast Section Girls Division II Water Polo Final. It's the number 2 seed Acalanes taking on the number 1 seed Campolindo. Kirsten Campolindo, I'm not going to say they fell asleep, but Acalanes catching them off guard here late in the second half, just marching away. They've cut it to within 1. At one point, they trailed by 5.
Absolutely. I mean, I do not know what head coach Buchel said to his Acalanes team at the break, but they came out with that energy, and I don't know, I wouldn't say Campolindo went to sleep, but whatever was working for them, their game plan, I think they got a little lax on for whatever reason. What a great way. This is the final. There is no state championship in water polo. They play the Northern California Championships before this North Coast section. Campolindo won it. What a terrific, there is 50 seconds left of girls D2 water polo. What a way to end the season.
Acalanes with possession following the timeout. Katie Ram, the goalkeeper, swims way out to mid-pool to set up the offensive formation. Clock rolls, 48 seconds and marching. Stewart sends it inside to the hole slot. Shot denied. It's denied by Maddie Tagg.
And the timeout called before Acalanes could contest that free ball.
They had the officials right on line along that goal line inside the 2-meter mark. They say no goal. Timeout called by Campolindo. They now have 1 remaining, 41 seconds left to play in the fourth.
Maddie Tagg, the sophomore goalie. Her head coach, Kim Everest, was so impressed how she was able to come in as a sophomore. Not the greatest start by Tagg in goal at the start of the season, but the captains really took her under their wing, and she flipped the switch. That perhaps the biggest save of the season for Maddie Tagg.
They review the previous shot. I was looking over at the far side, Acalanes, the coaching staff looking at the officials booth. They review and give the goal to Acalanes. You hear the roar of the crowd. Folks, we are all tied at 7. The coaching staff for Campolindo going crazy, saying, hey, what's going on? How can you do that?
Well, you have goal judges, and as I said, not every water polo contest has them. You have goal judges. I understand Campolindo's frustration that an overrule was had, so erase everything I said about that being the biggest save of the season. We're all tied up.
Oh my goodness, what a turn of events late in the fourth quarter. We're all tied up at 7. Campolindo will have possession.
Campolindo shouldn't have called that time out, Sean. Maybe perhaps it probably would have happened anyways, but you could have had the game progress, but having that timeout, but of course you want to call it timeout.
Kirsten, you're absolutely right. It gave the officials more time to come together.
Yes.
We saw the mid-table booth. All heads were joined together. They reviewed it and gave the goal in favor of Acalanes.
So Campolindo needs to put it behind them. Head coach is still addressing the referees, as you can see.
Kim Everest, the coach for Campolindo.
And Kim Everest saying, I called a timeout. I believe she wanted another timeout, maybe to, make sure everyone's on the same page. Obviously, that's disappointing, pointing for the Cougars, and she'll get her timeout. So, tough break for Campolindo. We need to see if they are the champions they are and can recover from this corrected call.
Campolindo getting the best of Acalanes earlier on in the year. Both teams out of the Diablo Foothill Athletic League. Very familiar with one another. Both teams' fan bases packing the pool house here at the Houston Aquatic Center, better known as the Beast, here at Acalanes High School. We're all tied at 7. Campolindo at one point had a 6-1 advantage earlier on in this match. Acalanes has marched forward with goals coming from Chase Lanier, Megan Dietrich, Riley Fellner, Hannah Kresnick, Ellen Stewart. Those are the girls that have really just put the energy into this team. And right now we're all tied. If you're Campolindo and you're the head coach, Kim Everest, you've got one timeout left. You've got 41 seconds on the clock, a fresh shot clock. Now you got to put together the biggest play call of the entire water polo season.
Or keep Acalanes from scoring and go to OT. But yes, Campolindo, we'll see what this team is made of here. They certainly have potential NCAA D1 players. Both teams do. These are some of the best girls volleyball players in Northern California, and it's now up to Campo to show that they're the true champs.
Goalkeeper Maddie Tagg sends it towards the middle. That's Seidemann. Seidemann sends it left wing, goal! Campolindo scores quickly. And that one's nailed by Hannah Buck.
Acalanes will remember that defensive stand. If this holds up as the game winner, that was way too easy for Campos. Someone missed a defensive assignment.
I said quickly because that stops the clock at 34 seconds. They only chewed up about 12 seconds right there, give or take.
Efficient.
Very efficient as Katie Ram sends the ball deep. Acalanes moving now right to left. That's Vance with possession. She sends it to Stewart, back to Vance. 25 remaining in the game, 19 on the shot clock. Battle for the ball at the 2-meter marker. Turnover. Campolindo gets it. They have possession, 15 seconds. And Campolindo will take it.
Acalanes, what a heartbreaker.
As Seidemann dribbles ahead, 7 seconds remaining. Quick foul goes against Acalanes. The clock will stop at 7 seconds. Seidemann along the near side. Seidemann sends it towards the far side of the pool. 2 seconds. 1, and that'll do it. Campolindo hangs on and knocks off Acalanes by a final of 8-7 to capture the NCS Division II Girls Water Polo Final. What a game.
And the fully clothed Kim Everest gets the dunk, as traditional in swimming and water polo. Kind of a distasteful end, if you were, for Acalanes, and for Campo doing a great job coming back after the setback on the overturned denial of the goal. But congratulations to Campolindo. Head coach Everest said this has been a magical season for us. It's certainly, they had some magic left in the hat here at the end of this one.
Kim Everest, Kat Von Schwartz, Jessica Sema, the coaching staff for Campolindo. Like you said, Kirsten, fully clothed, traditional in the water, celebrating with their girls. They capture the NCS Girls Division II Water Polo Championship title. What a match, 8-7 Campolindo.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why water polo coaches come fully dressed. This is always going to be the end result, but how happy. And you really have to credit to both teams. Acalanes came in so well prepared. They had the turnover at the end. They allowed the quick goal. I'm sure that will haunt them a bit, but they have had a season to be proud of for sure.
Well, folks, Kirsten and I are going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have our PlayOnSports.com player of the game. We'll have an interview with that live player.
Hopefully they're still alive.
Hopefully they're still alive. A live interview coming up with that player of the game in just a few moments right here on PlayOnSports.com. Don't go anywhere.
can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PlayOnSports.com. Annika Jensen, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, standing to my right side. Campolindo in a nail-biter knocks off Acalanes by a final score of 8-7 to capture the NCS Girls Division II Water Polo Final. Annika, what a match. What a thrilling nail-biter. What's going through your mind as Hannah Buck sinks that game-winning shot late in the fourth quarter?
I was just thinking, thank God. But I think that we put so much passion into practice and all the games that it really shows through our in our game, and I'm just so proud of my teammates.
You guys had that 6-1 advantage, and all of a sudden Acalanes started marching back, and at one point they put up the equalizer. They tied things up. What did the coaching staff tell you guys? How did you as a group of girls come together and pull out this victory?
I think we came together when we said take in the moment and look around and look at your teammates and see who's there beside you, because this is like our family and we can do this together, and we just have to get through it and keep pushing.
Annika Jensen, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game. Final score 8-7. Campolindo captures the Division II final. How good does it feel?
It feels so good. All the hard work, morning practices, and it's all worth it, and I'm just so proud of everyone on my team.
Annika, congratulations,
Thank
our
you.
player of the game, as Campolindo knocks off Acalanes 8-7 in a thriller. Folks, that's going to wrap things up for the Girls Division II final. Coming up next is the Boys Division II final right here on PlayOnSports.com. Don't go anywhere.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to